Hey, Highland County Real Estate, Randy Butler here, Classic Real Estate. We're in the office of the county engineer, Mr. Dean Otworth. How are you, sir?
I'm fine. How are you, Randy?
Great. Hey, just thought I'd share with folks a little bit about what the county engineer does. I know I learned some things about your office before we started. It is an elected office, and you have been here for
26 plus years.
26 years. You're not quite up to Bill Foley yet, but you're catching him, aren't you?
Well, we're close. Bill and I are good friends and obviously work a lot with each other.
Sure.
As an elected official, you're required to be a professional engineer and professional surveyor. You have to have that before you're eligible to run for county engineer. And it's a 4-year term. We run on presidential. Most county elected officials are elected at the same time. We have the exception to that. We have one odd commissioner and the county auditor. Not all the county officials take the office at the same time, although they're elected in November. Most of us start the first Monday in January. But I know Vicki Warnock, treasurer, she has a date of like May, June, or something like that, which is kind of crazy. But,
Sure.
But it's all a little bit different, and it's set up that way so that not all of your county elected officials are replaced at the same time.
That'd be bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd
So
be
you
bad.
want to at least have someone like one of the you have 3 county commissioners.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't want all 3 going out at the same
Sure.
time, which could possibly happen. So you want to have one that's still there
Sure,
to
sure.
transition and be able to talk with the newbies coming
Yeah,
in to
sure.
be able to explain things.
I know we've talking before. There's several duties that you have with your office. One of the things that kind of a simple thing that nobody thinks about. I get asked all the time. You put a new house in. You need an address.
Yes.
The address comes from you. When it's out in the county, the address comes from you.
Correct. We do all the house numbering outside the municipalities, and you have basically 7 municipalities, and well, that includes the city of Hillsborough. But we do all the house numbering on a county, township, and state highways. In addition, we do the driveway permits on the township and county roads, and we do all the utility permits and inspections on the county and township roads as well. So that happens out here. The requirement for the job overall is the maintenance of the county roadway system. We have 392.588 miles of county highway. There's 448 miles of township roads that the township trustees maintain. And in addition to that, we have the responsibility of maintaining bridges on the county and township roads. That's what I'm responsible for. That's the reason have to have my professional engineer's license. In addition to that, I'm also responsible for the tax map office, and with real estate you have a lot of those
we do.
connections with the map office. And the map office is funded through the commissioner's office, but it's manned and organized and ran by the county engineer, and that's the reason I have the professional surveyor's requirement as well, which is a benefit for the county is what I'm trying to make sure we have our specifications and standards
So
up.
when we go home 3 different ways sometime, and every way we go home during the summer, there's one of those red lights at the bridge where we got to sit and wait. That's from you. Is that what you're saying?
Well, some of it's state highway. That you have the state doing their projects as well.
Sure.
So the construction projects and things that we're working on, or road closures, a lot of times are ours. It could be township trustees. It could be state highway. Now, with that, I want to kind of hit on things. You have basically 4 highway systems in the county. You have your state highway, which is your state route numbers, like 73, 124. The interstates, 136 and 771 and 785, all those are, and US 50, US 62, all those are state highways. County roads are, a little, they branch off, and as you get further out, the township roads are the smaller roads typically, not always, but you have variations in the roadways, and there's 17 townships in the county. You have 3 trustees and 1 fiscal officer that are elected as well with the elections, and they are every 2 years every 4 years as well, but their cycles are different from the county and the commissioners and everybody else. So what you typically have, say, in presidential year, you have most of your county elected officials elected. The following year, you would have 2 of the trustees elected. 2 years from presidential cycle, you have the commissioner and your county auditor. The 3rd year, you have the fiscal officer and the other trustee elected, and then we're back to the 4th year again, which gets into the political side of things. But you're trying to figure out how all this happens and why it happens and everything else. People have, through the legislature and everything else, figured out, you know, there is a rhyme and a reason to why you want to do these things a certain way.
And it took us several years in government to get to this place.
Yeah, and sometimes we have to keep relearning the same lesson over and over again.
I can understand. I know that there's a lot of miles of roadway that you have to maintain. And,
Yes.
you know, we all get kind of frustrated when we're sitting at that traffic light waiting, but it has to be done.
Yeah,
you have to take care of the roads.
As I tell people, and what you have to realize is until we get to the Star Trek technology where we can beam them in and out quickly,
We're not there yet.
No,
We
we're
won't
not there.
see that, but someday probably.
Well, you know, it's possible. So
Sure.
yeah, we haven't got there yet. So we appreciate your continued cooperation and patience. I want to just hit on some projects real quick. I know that folks are in the area of Prospect Road. That project sold in 2017, started last year. They're not even halfway through with that project. They're started, you know, on it again already here a couple weeks ago, and we're going to continue to work on that through the summer and fall, and hopefully have that project completed. But that's about 4.75 miles of total county road reconstruction. It's the only project that I've really been involved here as county engineer that we've been able to really revamp and make significant improvements along the section. And I was able to do that through federal highway safety money that we were able to apply for and get. And that's a huge project that's going on.
Good.
Now, Toll Road is a township road in Liberty Township west of Hillsboro. It runs between 138 and 50. That project sells actually through Ohio Department of Transportation tomorrow. And hopefully the bids come in to where we can award the project, and then that construction will start July 1st, and we'll finish, and the goal is to have it finished by the end of October, mid-November range.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, and so those are some of the projects
Sure.
that's going on. Plus, we have, I think, 27 culvert projects, 3 box culvert structures, and 1 bridge project that we will be doing in-house on county and township roads that we're going to be working on this summer.
Sure.
Plus our normal routine maintenance
Sure.
of finishing everything else up. But, you know,
Well, there's a
we
little
stay
heads
busy.
up. There's a little heads up what's
Yes.
coming for this summer. So
Yes.
it's good to know.
Yes.
Well, I hope this has been somewhat informative. I know it was for me. I learned some things. I appreciate you taking time to do this. Dean Otworth, County Engineer. Thank you very much,
Thank
sir.
you very much.